rally day. It looks kind of dark out, but it's definitely rally day. What time is it, Frank?
Just about 8 o'clock.
Ugh, too early in the morning for me. I'm not a morning bird.
Yeah. Is it morning again?
I know, right? This time we're off to Philly instead of 1776. So it's a slightly different type of rally. Same idea though, freedom. I'm gonna turn this to cool the phone. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. If you guys aren't coming to the rally, hopefully you're watching one of the live streams for the rallies today. I know 1776 has their own rally today, and then we, People's Movement of Pennsylvania, have our big rally at Independence Hall, or Mall, depending on how you want to call it. We're at the People's Plaza today.
I guess it's technically called the mall, but it is within eyeshot of the Independence Hall.
Yeah.
It's all part of a bigger area. I believe it's all National Park Service managed area now.
I believe you're correct.
Right off of Market Street. Between 5th and 6th Streets, I think. We're on State Route 662 heading south. It's going to take us to US 422, and then we're going to take 422 into the northwest suburbs of Philadelphia. Get on Interstate 76, otherwise known as the Schuylkill Expressway. Take us downtown.
I'm just checking in to see where Sweet Mama and the convoy are located, because I know they were doing a convoy from Cabela's this morning. I don't mind if it stays cloudy though. Less sun is a good thing.
Yeah, often mornings are like this, and then it gets hazy, hot, and humid. It was supposed to be a little cooler. There was supposed to be a front that came through. I don't know if it did. I don't think we really got any rain out of that.
No, I don't think we did.
I thought a few times I heard thunder, but it was fireworks.
Gonna hear a lot of fireworks this weekend, probably.
Distant fireworks kind of sounds like thunder.
Yeah, definitely.
Going down the mountain here.
I'm not sure. I think they might be taking 662 as well.
Really? It's a two-laner?
Yeah, it's just very blurry.
Go through all.
Yeah, today's high, I believe, is 89 degrees. So I don't think it's getting cooler.
And humid.
It's supposedly raining this morning in Philly.
They're having a hostess sale. Now, where do you see that?
I know we have a few of those at down the road. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Jeremy. Oh, you're from Kentucky. That's cool. thanks for tuning in. We're coming into Ole, Pennsylvania right now. We're headed to Philadelphia for the People's Movement Pennsylvania Freedom Rally. Independence Hall, well, near Independence Hall, part of the Independence Mall area. They call it the People's Plaza. So that's where we got our permit.
I think there's a large grassy field that's north of Independence Hall, and this is on the far northeast corner.
Something like that.
It's right along Market Street.
Those flowers are pretty. They're red. See, Mama just went past Driverless Mill. She turned off. So I don't know if she's going home for something or what. I know Sweet Mama's doing a small convoy to Philly today because she's actually speaking, which is going to be exciting.
Jog over to Route 72, and where 662 continues on. We're in Berks County, Pennsylvania.
Weiss is charging $4.83 for gas, regular. Diesel is $6.29.
Their diesel's a little high, isn't it?
I don't know. Diesel's been going up a lot.
Because I never thought about going to Weiss to get diesel. It's not first on my list.
Yeah.
You can actually go to Philadelphia on Route 73. It just takes a while. And eventually it'll cross one of the bridges into New Jersey. The Tacony-Palmyra Bridge. We're going to take a little bit different approach. We're going to go a little further south, pick up US 422.
What was the name of that bridge again?
I think it's Tacony-Palmyra.
That sounds like a word salad to spell.
Tacony is a section in Philadelphia that's right there near the bridge. And Palmyra, I believe, is the town on the other side in New Jersey.
Jeremy says was watching the 1776 Restoration Movement rally yesterday. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I watched it from home because we weren't able to go because of prepping for today. Are you at a commune? Nina asks. No, we're not. And good morning to you. Jeremy says it's $4.49 where I live. Yeah, gas is pricey everywhere.
Shape a couple years ago, but it's gotten worn down again. It's an old concrete highway and it's got issues at the expansion joints. Seems typical. Concrete road wearing out.
Yeah. For all the freezing and thawing in the wintertime, it does a lot of damage.
Some nice farmland through here. the Ole Valley, they call it. Oley.
Yeah, Jeremy, no problem. You're more than welcome to come along for the ride. That's why we're streaming it. I know a lot of people, they don't know what Pennsylvania really looks like, and they enjoy seeing all the farmlands and the scenery, so.
It was from Kentucky.
Jeremy.
Oh, well, there's a lot of pretty country there. I would guess it would be similar in a lot of ways, from what I recall.
Well, I wasn't trying to say Kentucky didn't have its own scenery, but I like...
More open space, I think. A lot more... everything's kind of jammed together here in this part of the state in Pennsylvania. It's not going to be too far before we start getting into what I'd consider already suburban Philadelphia. It's not as rural as it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely been built up.
I remember some of the drive we took from, where were we? Charleston, West Virginia, heading west to Louisville. There was some nice country along that road. I forget the interstate route though. That was in the winter too.
I don't remember the route number for that. It was nice though.
Kentucky has a really famous cave. Is it Mammoth Cave? It was always on my list of caves to visit someday.
Yeah, you said Ganaway, mountains, caves, and farmland. Good morning, Joshua. We got a lot of Joshuas. I always like this farm because they always have lots of produce for sale. One of these days we should go there when they're open. Jeremy says yes to your answer, to your question about the cave.
Yeah.
I'm not originally from Kentucky. We have a lot of Amish too. Oh, that's cool. I would definitely say in the part of the state that we live in, we do have a decent amount of Amish, Mennonite groups. Some people still are really into the Pennsylvania Dutch way of making food too, as well.
Yeah, the Pennsylvania Dutch, really Pennsylvania German. I think the name came from the word for German, being Deutsch. So people started calling them Dutch. Because
we have that big Kutztown, is it Folk Festival every year usually?
Yeah, Kutztown Folk Festival.
They have all sorts of...
that's a traditional festival.
Yeah, that's really cool. You have the quilting, the different crafts that you can do, like craftsmanships.
And a lot of people that attend that folk festival go to a lot of other ones around the country.
Yeah.
It's kind of what they do. Festival season. They travel around to the different kinds of festivals.
Here's the historic Yellow House Hotel, established in 1801. Wonder if they're still open.
I don't know. They look like they might be.
I know we lost a lot of small businesses around here in the last 2 years. It's unfortunate. says, I live in Barron County, which is south central. Most of the Amish live in Hart County, which is about a 30-minute drive for me. Oh, neat. Remember, is Kentucky considered part of Tornado Alley? Or is that outside of them?
I don't think so. I know a friend of mine lived in Alabama for a while, and he said they had tornadoes in that area. I guess it can happen anywhere, but maybe more common than it is here.
Oh, you know what it is I'm thinking of? Is Kansas. That's what I'm thinking of.
How could you forget? The Wizard of Oz, right?
Of a friend that lived out in Kansas, and I remember being on the phone with her when a tornado was going through.
There's so many references to that movie.
But like you said, you can get them from any bad storm. So, I mean, look at the one that took out the elementary school a few years ago in PA. I don't remember what year that was.
I don't remember what school that was either.
Yeah, I don't either. Jeremy says we get a lot of tornadoes.
Oh, so, okay. Well, there you go then.
So yeah, I guess it depends.
It's pretty rare here. It's one of those things where they say, well, we might have had one.
Yeah.
There's evidence that there was one, but it's not like we see them. Not if you actually get to see them.
No, usually it's just the evidence left behind, like that elementary school.
How about those people that like to storm chase? They go after the tornado. They see it in the distance and they drive towards it.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that. That is not for me. I mean, I don't mind watching that on TV, like at the hotel or at a hotel or something, but actually doing that in real life, nope. I'd be driving the other way. So far, no issues on the highways that we're going to be taking, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Did you want to stop at Douglasville?
How far away is that?
Oh, I don't know. A few more miles. Not many.
No, I want to go further.
There's a robin flying low across the road there.
Bird swooping.
Land for sale, 120 acres. There's not too many big parcels like that anymore in Berks County, especially this part. Got a lot of houses that have been built. When we get to US 422, that will be a 4-lane highway. That highway got upgraded a number of years ago, and there's been a lot more development now from the northwest of Philadelphia because of that roadway.
Jeremy says, in fact, in December, when the tornadoes hit Mayfield, Kentucky, another virtual bowling, Green, Kentucky, plus Horse Cave, Kentucky, got hit with tornadoes. Oh, wow. Tornadoes.
sale sign. Two separate ones. One was 6-something acres, that was 12.
Interesting.
Grassy fields are an endangered scene. Now we're in Douglasville.
Wow, we're getting lucky on the lights today.
We're usually not out this early.
Yeah, I know. But usually when we go this way, we get at least hit by one of the lights. There might be in the left lane.
No, there isn't. If it was really busy, I would go, but I'll wait till I get a full break.
At least the grass is green. It's all burned up here, Jeremy says.
Really?
That's right, you guys are having fires, aren't you? I admit I haven't kept up on all the wildfires.
I thought that was a West Coast thing.
I think it depends on how dry it is. It can happen. Our friend was telling us, because we've been a bit unplugged the last 5 days or so, because we were doing astronomy camping, and so if it's wildfires, we didn't hear about it. He says, no, it's actually really hot. Oh, so the heat's killing the grass. So it's like a drought, essentially. Good morning, Joshua. I remember one time, was it in the 90s we had a drought? The grass was really dying at our place.
Oh yeah, in 99 it was bad, really bad.
I mean, you were pumping water out of the pond to try to save it.
I was watering trees.
It was bad.
The grass just made noise when you walked in it. Everything was so brown. It used to be more common for us to have stretches in the summer where the grass would brown out quite a bit. We seem to be getting more rainfall now. I'm thinking back, 30 years or so. I just remember the grass usually turning somewhat brown in the summer. But in 99 it was especially bad around here.
Yeah, it definitely seems like since growing up as a kid that it's gotten more wet and humid. I don't remember the humidity being as bad as it is now. But maybe I was just more used to it as a kid. Now, not so much.
Yeah, it could be.
Like you can tolerate it better when you're a kid.
Since we've been this way, I know they were doing all this construction for quite a while, upgrading this road.
Yeah, I was trying to think back when we came this way last.
It might have been a University Penn field hockey game.
That would have been a few years then, right?
Might have been.
Because we didn't go to the last one because of There's some reason, but I think there might have been like another event or something going on. And we're like, yeah, parking's gonna be a nightmare. Jeremy says it's very beautiful there. Yeah, it's very lush right now. There's the smokestacks of Limerick.
Nuclear power plant, yeah.
You guys should be able to see it when we get a little closer.
Now we're in Chester County, out of Berks County finally.
This is OJ for you.
Oh, thank you. Just what I need on a sleepy morning.
Yeah. Traffic doesn't seem too bad right now. I wasn't sure what to expect with it being a Sunday and being a holiday weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. Boy, nice pothole there. This part they didn't fix.
Jeremy says, maybe when I get vacation time, I'll head up that way. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to see in Pennsylvania. We're a very, really big state. There's a lot of things in Philly. There's, obviously Gettysburg, just out west of it. Valley Forge.
I know quite a few people involved with the convoys went to Gettysburg because it was nearby.
Yeah, Chris of WYSIWYG actually went to the reenactment yesterday, which I thought was really cool. Good morning, Catherine. Thanks for all the hearts and American flags and prayers. Start seeing some of the clouds for Limerick.
Yeah, that's the water vapor from the cooling towers.
The trees, unfortunately, are hiding the stacks right now. That's rough.
I went over too far and got caught in a little ditch. Gotta love the way they leave that stuff like that on the roads.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're not trying to make you dizzy.
They spend millions of dollars and they get, like, this stretch is beautiful, but then they leave it like that. They don't even bother patching that.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's why we jokingly call it Pottsylvania.
Can we just spend a few extra $1,000 and fill in that ditch on the road?
Would be nice, right? There's some of them where they work on the bridges and then they leave these big blowouts under the bridges, so when it rains you can't see them. And if you don't know the road, you hit that, you could totally wreck your tire or your rim.
Isn't that so typical of how the government runs things? They don't quite get it right.
Yep.
They get this right, this is all good, but then there's that little bit there back there that's just a disaster, and they just leave it like that.
The bad patch jobs too.
Oh well, I guess every state has its complaints about roads in one way or another, but it does seem like we have pretty bad ones at times.
Well, considering we have like very high gas tax, it doesn't seem like we're using it efficiently.
Oh yeah, can I thank our Republican legislature for that again?
I heard the budget didn't pass.
Oh, what's going on there?
For Pennsylvania's next fiscal year.
I know some patriots wanted to have leverage applied to the governor to do do something about the mail-in ballot rules.
I don't know the specifics other than I guess it was supposed to be done by Friday and it wasn't. So I don't know if that means they have to stay in session or what exactly happens. It's one of the things I have to catch up on this coming week. Good morning, Sean. I hope you're having a good morning.
So I've just gone through Pottsville, PA, Pottstown rather. I see how you screwed up. There's a Pottsville and a Pottstown. That was Pottstown. Much bigger town.
Filled with lots of potholes.
Pottsville is the home of Yingling beer. They claim they're the oldest brewery in the country.
Oh look, there's a flag on the bridge. It's facing the other way, but it still counts. Left by an overpass patriot. Catherine says North Carolina has some bad roads and bridges. We have very high gas taxes also. Yeah, I think a lot of states have their bad roads and bridges for sure.
That's interesting. I've generally thought the roads were pretty good in North Carolina. We've been there a few times.
Maybe it depends on which cities you go to.
We have some family that lives near Raleigh.
Sean says, I thought Sam Adams was the oldest.
Maybe it is.
Is Sam Adams from PA, though, or are they from a different state?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not an expert on it. I know there's one brewery near us is now a Sam Adams. I guess they're pretty big now.
Apparently, how do you say the beer company again?
Yingling.
Yingling is the oldest operating brewing company in America, established in 1829. So I guess they are the oldest. Sean says Massachusetts. Okay. Sam Adams, I'm guessing is what you're referring to there.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't really know much about the different breweries.
I know the brewery that's somewhat near us is a Sam Adams now, but it's gone through a number of different owners. It's kind of like banks. Bank A got bought out by Bank B, and then got bought out by Bank C. It started out when it was first built, which was probably early 70s, mid 70s. It was Schaefer Brewing, Schaefer Beer.
In 0.3 miles, there's a cop ahead.
I think after that it was Stroh's before it was Sam Adams. I don't know if there was another name in between all of that or not. I have to think about that.
Let's see him.
But it kind of reminded me of the banks. There used to be First National Bank of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Then it became Meridian Bank.
Oh, there he is. Eating somebody.
Yeah, he's got somebody.
Catherine says Raleigh is the state capital. I'm guessing she's thinking, because it's state capital, they probably have better roads. Which would make sense.
I don't know.
Sean says the Boston Beer Co. I don't know about that one.
was thinking of the various highways we've taken in North Carolina. We've gone across the state a few times to the western part of the state, to the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Blue Ridge Parkway is my favorite.
Now, the parkway itself is maintained by the National Park Service. First National Bank became Meridian, became, I think, First Union, then it was Wachovia, now it's Wells Fargo.
Oh, that's hilarious, Sean. Sean says, Florida roads are always under construction. That's why we dub the orange construction cone the Florida State Flower. That's sad but hilarious at the same time.
Is that construction for just ongoing maintenance, or is it road improvements because of all the influx of population?
Catherine says, I grew up 5 miles from the Blue Ridge Parkway. Oh, that's really cool. Good morning, Angela. I just love Patriots in the morning, she says. Well, we are probably not the most awake Patriots in the morning because we're not early birds, but it's good to see you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be awake by the time we get to Philadelphia. We're not that far away, though.
No, we're not.
I don't know, 20 miles or so?
Waze says about 30 miles, 33 minutes.
Okay, all the way to downtown.
Yeah.
We're going into the eye of the beast today, all the way downtown.
Do you want any snacks since we didn't eat breakfast?
I don't know.
Angela says you need coffee. You guys need to stop and get coffee. That's funny. We're not early coffee people.
There's a bottle of orange juice here, and that's definitely spiking the blood sugar.
Yeah, I had a bagel and OJ this morning, so I did eat something. But I got up way earlier than I wanted to. I got up at 5:30 in the morning. Which for me, when I don't normally get up till like noon, 5:30 in the morning is really early.
I know who's sleeping on the way home.
She's like, get an espresso. Maybe I could get like hot chocolate and they can just like add something to it. So in that regards, I'm glad that it's not sunny. Sean says about your construction question that it's usually construction, completing new roads, expanding existing highways, or adding lanes. We just finished the I-4 project. It took 10 years to finish. Wow, that's a really long project.
Yeah, there tends to be a mix of it here. There's definitely a lot of that goes on. Roads that just get too congested, and then they renovate them and they made them bigger. But in some cases, it's just the highways have worn out. I mean, this road here is a good example. It's probably 30 years old now. And it's already been resurfaced at least once, but you can tell there's a lot of expansion joint cracks and all these potholes along the seam in the middle.
Yeah, some of them are pretty rough looking.
Yeah, you could probably blow a tire out if you hit that with a worn tire.
Angela says, or get a black and green monster. Jeremy says, it sounds like Detroit every year.
Yeah, I would imagine the roads get rough there. Oh, Michigan, that's right.
Michigan was really rough.
Oh, I hate to say it, Michigan roads were terrible.
Sorry, Michigan people.
I guess they're used to it, because I was surprised how fast people in Michigan drive on their bad roads.
Yeah, I remember that when we went there to watch the field hockey championships in the fall. And yikes!
We're heading north to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the traffic was just flying, and the road was just so washboarded.
Catherine asks, when are you speaking at the rally today? I am not a speaker today at the People's Movement rally. They didn't ask me to speak. Angela says, you would think as much as our government charges you for taxes, we could have good gold streets. Yeah, right. Could at least have non-blown out streets. I don't know about gold, though. Though it would be kind of cool, you know. Yellow brick road, go to Oz.
If so much of that money wasn't wasted and through corruption and such, probably would be true.
Yeah. I should look to see if there's a easy on and off before we get to the belly of the beast. I don't know if there is.
That's why I offered you the Douglasville stop.
Yeah, I didn't want to go then, though.
Oaks Autobahn exit coming up might be an option for you.
That's what I'm looking. There's a Wawa. Can we get back on, though?
Oh yeah,
You know for sure?
I'm fairly sure, yeah.
Okay, then go for it. If you're fairly sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Alright, Angela, I will get some caffeine. It might not be coffee, but we'll see what they got.
Looks like you might make a left down here.
Yeah, it's on the right-hand side then.
At least they'd have the signage to tell you too, which is nice if you're traveling.
Sean says our population has exploded from 19 million to, sorry, it's bumpy, 22 million in 8 years. They are saying we have 1,800 people moving to Florida every single day. I've heard there's a lot of people moving. Angela says, do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Very true. Sean says, severe housing shortage with an average 2-bedroom apartment in Orlando costing $2,600 a month. Wow. That is a lot. And I'm guessing that's not a very big apartment.
I think there's a book that is coming out or just came out about George Soros, titled The Man Behind the Curtain.
Jeremy says, I pay $350 for a 2-bedroom apartment. That's insane how much Florida's charging. $2,600 a month? It just, yikes.
A lot more expensive than Kentucky.
Yeah.
Supply and demand, I guess.
Oh, it looks like you could have gone straight too. Apparently there was a back entrance.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. But
Didn't realize that.
I know there's this other place on the corner. I don't know if you can get back to the wall.
I see the Wawa gas sign back there.
Oh, okay. There you go then.
So that's why I was like, oh, didn't know there was 2 entrances.
Gotta watch out. Somebody gotta cut us off on the right.
Yeah, right. Just park wherever close that you can get. Jeremy says it's pretty cheap to live here. Are you in a more rural area, Jeremy, or are you in a like suburb area?
It's gonna go down there on the right.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
That's fine. Angela says, I live in the hood in Atlanta. Less than 900 square foot house, $1,200 a month. I honestly don't know what the going apartment rates are in Pennsylvania because we don't live in an apartment. So I'd have to ask my friends. It's just not something.
You got somebody on your right then?
Yeah, I know. Do you want a drink if I find any?
No, I'll just work on this. This juice is good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All
You
right.
have water too, so
All right.
it should be good. Sorry for the entertainment. Didn't realize that's where we would be parking. Sort of committed to the parking spot. Like all places like this, it's busy this time of day. So our rally is supposed to start at 10, which is an hour and 15 minutes from now. I know we have a little bit of setup time, but I'll be able to drop Gwenny off right where the event is going to happen and then go find myself a parking garage for the day. There is free street parking in Philly, but I don't know how easy that's going to be or how safe. Like a lot of the cities, Philly is having its crime waves. This is just one data point, but I have a friend I've known for a long time who lives in Philly, and he's had a home invasion and almost carjacked once at a gas station in the last half a year. And he carries, and it has made a difference both times, because the folks that were invading the home decided it was time to get out when they saw the weapon. And same thing happened to him at the gas station. Now I asked him, hey, how safe is it going into downtown Philly? And he said it should be okay. He said in the daytime it should be fine. But isn't that wonderful that that's the world we live in right now? The further we go on our trip, the bluer the state becomes. Yeah, I don't blame you. Staying out of cities, I'm not a fan myself anymore. And I really don't know the parking situation. I know years ago it wasn't too bad in Philly, but there's been a lot of high-rises that have been built in the last 20, 30 years, and I think that's created a...
Well, the drink selection was atrocious. Apparently this Wawa
created a shortage of parking spots. Yeah, I was just watching the guy pulling out behind me.
Did he even get out of his car?
I think he did. I'm gonna follow him too. I don't know if we can get out the way that you saw. That would be easier, I think, to get back on the highway.
I think you gotta go right, left, and then right.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
I'm gonna try it.
Sean says Philly parking is a nightmare. Yeah, it is. That's one of the things I'm not looking forward to today. Well, Angela, apparently they don't like a lot of caffeine at this place. It's mostly coffee.
And you're not a coffee gal.
No. Someone said earlier, Jeremy said lots of cows. Sean says I'm moving to Glasgow. Apartments are that cheap. Jeremy says one reason I stay out of cities, too many stupid people. Louisville's really bad.
I was telling them about our friend that got almost carjacked in a gas station and
yeah,
had a break-in the middle of the night.
I feel really bad for him. We tried to help get him out, but he wasn't interested. Angela says the cost of living has doubled to actual money intake. Yeah. It's crazy. Jeremy says any city has bad parking issues. Very true. We've got a lot of people and not enough room. I see we're creating a fog on the windshield again.
Philly was a little different because up until some point, I think in the 90s, there was a ceiling limit in the downtown area. There's a statue of William Penn. I don't know, I think he might be on City Hall, but he's fairly tall, but you couldn't have buildings taller than a certain limit based on that statue. And at some point that changed, and then a lot of the high-rise developments started. So I'm guessing that's when the parking really got rough.
Yeah. Jeremy says, I've also lived in San Antonio. It definitely sounds like you got some experience with the different cities. For sure.
I remember stopping in San Antonio and going to the Riverwalk for a bit.
I think it's kind of cold in here. What do you say?
Yeah, it's gotten chilly. Air conditioning. Now we're really close to Valley Forge National Park, another very historic area.
I love going there with Girl Scouts because they had some reenactment stuff going on. It was really cool.
I believe the land that's on our right is part of the park. So we're very close to Valley Forge.
It'll be interesting to see if the rally starts on time since we have 12 different speakers. Angela says, I lived in Fort Worth. I hated it. I lived off McCart Avenue. It is horrible cost, but the sea lie was much easier to see. Yeah, I think I know what you're trying to say there. Sean says, I really enjoyed Gettysburg National Park myself. I've never been, but I really want to go to Gettysburg. That would be really cool. I know Valley Forge does different reenactments. You can check on their website. Catherine on Facebook says, Wizzy has taken us to a lot of historical sites. Yes, he has. He was at, I think, Gettysburg yesterday for a reenactment, which was really cool.
And he had visited before, as I recall.
He had visited, I know first responder Joe had visited Gettysburg on one of his days off with mechanic Eric. So that was cool. They did like the driving tour where it talks to you in your car.
Oh, was Eric with him?
Yeah, he offered to take him along, give him a break. So it was neat. How far are you guys away, Angela? We are less than 30 minutes away. We're not going to 1776 today, though. We're going to Philly for the People's Movement Pennsylvania rally. So the rally starts at 10 a.m. Our current ETA estimation is 9:18. So it's 24 miles, 24 minutes. And that's assuming you drive like Papa Waze, as I like to call him, which, we don't. Sean says, if you go to Gettysburg Spring for the guided tour and the ghost tours are a lot of fun. Okay, that's good to know. Sweet Caroline says, good morning. Good morning, Sweet Caroline. So far, traffic looks good. We just have one disabled vehicle on the way. Which is, nice dodge on that. play the lyrics because, you know, Facebook and stuff might flag me for singing again. Every single car ride we've done in the last week, Facebook keeps saying that I'm doing copyrighted music, even though we don't play music in the car. It's something to do with whatever words we're saying and the frequency of the road. It's bizarre. Caroline says, Agnes and Jeffrey are on their way. Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear they actually woke up. I know they weren't sure if they were going to wake up in time. Good morning, David. I hope you're having a great morning. I wonder where Soup Mama's convoy's at now. I haven't checked on them in a while. Let's see.
Is a very busy area, King of Prussia area. Yeah, that's the name of the place, King of Prussia.
Soup Mama's not live anymore. Not sure what happened. David says, so far so good. It's still early. Yeah, it definitely is early. Well, the only thing you missed out in the very early day was it's cooler. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Much earlier than I wanted to. But about an hour before my alarm, so.
Yeah, you could have woke me up. Could have started earlier.
Yeah, I had things I had to do, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Simon was surprised, though, when I went outside. He's like, you're up early. Because I was loading the car, because we still had it, you know, ready to load.
You're translating, of course.
Yeah.
He actually just said, meow.
Yeah, Simon's my kitty cat. We had just gotten back from going to Cherry Springs for some astronomy camping, and he greeted us with this really loud, energetic meow. So we jokingly say because we park the car in the yard to unload, because we literally take our back seat out of our car, so we have to put it all back together. So I jokingly thought he was talking to me this morning, saying like, "Are you leaving already?"
Leaving again? How long you gonna be gone now?
Yeah, but I think it was more of I'm surprised to see you, and can I have early breakfast? So
I gave him early breakfast.
yeah.
$16 miles to downtown.
Woo! Again, exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. Jeremy says you need an SUV. Yeah, maybe. Sue Mama was at the rally yesterday, Sean, for 1776 Restoration Movement, but she's actually speaking at the Philadelphia rally today. So she went home really late last night. She said she was taking a shower, getting some hours in her bed, and then she was going to come out at 7 a.m. to leave from Cabela's with a small convoy. So I'm not sure where she's at in her convoy, because she doesn't appear to be live at the moment. David says there has been a lot of activity in Harrisburg trying to keep up on the legislation. Sometimes it's not easy. Yeah, it's definitely not easy. If you know anything about the budget, David, send it my way, because I haven't kept up with the updates on our Pennsylvania budget. I know they didn't pass it, but I don't know what the next steps are. Oh, look at the flags, the big flags. One for each way. That's cool.
He thought I was going to move over. I was just trying to avoid that bump.
Yeah.
The But that's a bad spot to be in when you've got a merge coming up. You make sure you block people in that they can't get over. You set yourself up for getting hit.
So I guess the plan is you drop me off and then you find parking. Right?
I think that would be the thing to do. Because I don't think there's anywhere I can really stop other than just to unload.
Alright, so what I'll do is I'll take my backpack and the tripod, and you just bring my chair.
I could do that.
You think you can carry both chairs? Or do you want me
Is that all I'm carrying?
Well, there's the umbrella if you want the umbrella.
Do you want the umbrella?
Well, at the moment, I don't think I need the umbrella, but...
Now, but in case it got sunny, right?
Yeah. Catherine's just checked in on Soup Mama, says that she's running late. Oh no. Hopefully she's not running too late. It looked like I was watching her earlier and then I saw her turn and it almost looked like she might have had to go back home for something, but I didn't have the audio up, so I could be wrong. I saw her turn off from the rest of the group, so I don't know.
That could be.
Because you know on 61 how you turn left at Shuey to go, and then you turn left again to go past that building that says Driveless Mill? She went there.
That's where she was?
That's where and then she turned left. So it didn't make any sense why she'd be going there from Cabela's.
You said that, and I was trying to picture, where were you? I didn't realize that's where you were. You were in Shoemakersville.
Yeah. So that's why I think maybe she had to run home for something.
Yeah, that sounds like. That's probably what happened.
West Conshohocken. That is a big clock. Is it precipitating?
Yeah, it almost seems that way.
Darn. I might want the umbrella then.
A few drops on the windshield. Is actually a rather scenic highway, but it is murderous to drive it during rush hour. This is the infamous Schuylkill Expressway. This is the stretch that's nice, but if traffic is slow, there's no escaping. There's no exits for miles.
Sean says I would have come up to 1776, but my doctor advised me against traveling so soon after my transplant, just in case something happened. Stage 3 leukemia. Oh, that's rough. Sorry to hear that, Sean.
This is the famous long curve on the highway.
I hope you have a full recovery.
Yeah.
That's really tough to go through something like that.
Yeah, and their site, that's not a place to be.
Yeah, really big health issues.
Unless you, it's brutal. They're camping out on a parking lot.
I mean, I think we were both kind of feeling it for a day or so after the rally last weekend. It was so hot.
You're on asphalt. There's no trees.
There's no shade. I mean, some people had canopies, but it's better than nothing. But it's still brutal. Yeah, and humidity. Like yesterday, Polish Agnes said the humidity was really bad yesterday, so it was really like thick air to breathe. Just not good if you got health issues. Plus the stress of it all in your body, at least you can live vicariously through the streamers. I know it's not the same, but it's better than nothing.
Definitely had some rain here. Shoulder of the road is still wet.
Sean says the heat doesn't bother me. I'm used to the Florida heat and humidity. Well, still, I mean, stress after a procedure like that could be rough.
Yeah, there's definitely a conditioning that you go through. Because if you're not used to that weather, that's rough.
I know I'm not used to it. Cardiologist says to stay inside if I can, so my blood pressure doesn't drop too much. Because your heat, your body will try to make you cool off, and if you have low blood pressure, it can make your blood pressure drop too fast.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful and try to be preventative and stay hydrated and all that good stuff.
That signage said slow traffic in 2 miles.
Did it really? Sean, we're from Hamburg, Pennsylvania area.
Architecture on this bridge.
Yeah. Very cool.
So, the city of Philadelphia is on our left. Can't see it though, unfortunately. We're following the Schuylkill River downstream. That water tank we just went by, that they used to put a Christmas tree on top of that. I don't know if they still do. You come down here during the holidays, there'd be a lighted Christmas tree on top of that water tank.
Really?
Yeah.
Sean says, I know it fairly well. I used to live in Blair Center, Clearfield County area. Nice.
So once we get here at City Avenue, Philadelphia is on both sides of the road.
Carolyn, I'm going to bring the list of speakers up in a second. So we have Shane Cheser, Diane Houlihan, Soup Mama, Lynn Lance, good list.
Had a glimpse there of the high rises in downtown for a few seconds.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't know. Slow traffic. That doesn't look slow to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're preemptively putting it up. Beats me.
Maybe slow is just 10 over the speed limit.
Maybe.
Soon we'll be getting onto Vine Street Expressway 676. Goes right through downtown. We're near the Philly Zoo.
Is that where they put all the government workers? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Caroline says getting the word out is so important. Thank you. Yep, definitely agree with that. There does look like there's a cop on the bridge, so I don't know if there's an issue on the bridge and that's where it slows down.
Which bridge?
The one that we cross. The Schuylkill River on.
Okay.
To get over to 676. Sean says no, that'd be Washington, D.C. Jeremy's like, LOL.
Arched railroad bridge there. Very pretty looking.
I'm gonna start getting my setup ready to go for the car to jump out. There's the skyscrapers.
Yeah, the skyline has changed a lot.
I know they seem to keep building new buildings every time we come back.
There's the art museum on the left.
Yeah.
There you go. Downtown Philadelphia. Well, I remember when Liberty One was the biggest high-rise, one of the first, and boy, it's a little guy now.
Yeah.
There's your police officer.
Yeah. Watch out for this guy.
How's my driving?
Not so great.
West Virginia University.
Alright, we want to stay in the left 2 lanes to go straight. There's another police in half a mile.
I see some lights up ahead. Independence Hall, 1.25 miles. 21st Street. We're going to be getting on to 6th Street.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, guys, is when we get off, I'm going to have to end the live stream because I don't want to give you guys the dizzies when I jump out of the car, because I'm not hurry over. It's not gonna be enough time. So I'll end the live stream, and then as soon as I get set up, I'll start it up again, and we can continue chatting. Sean says the CRAP hole of PA, I prefer Pittsburgh over Philly. I guess they have their pluses and minuses, for sure. But yeah, Philly's definitely gone downhill a lot. You get off coming up here.
Yeah, were we supposed to get off there or not?
I think we get off here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. I'm glad you're sure.
I'm sure. Because Waze says it's there. Now we need to stay in the right lane because we're going to 6th Street.
Okay. Good call on that. Last thing you want to do is end up on the bridge to New Jersey.
It looks like they might have the road closed up ahead.
Do we go straight or we go left?
Independence Hall 1.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'm going to end the live stream.
Okay, that's Ray Street.
I'll catch you guys live when we get set up.